Hello and welcome back to another episode of the GSD show. We have many different types of shows on this podcast, and today we're featuring a how-to. We're going to be talking about following up in sales like a professional salesperson, not an amateur person. And I'll tell you right now, if there's one thing I've seen too much of in the fitness studio industry, there's amateur salespeople. And now in this episode, we're going to teach you how to turn pro. Wish you can close more of the leads that you drive through digital? Well, you actually can, and I'm going to show you exactly how the top 5% of the 2,000 fitness studios that we work with are doing it every day. Today, my goal is to really help you understand how you can close more of your digital leads, because digital leads are a lot more difficult to close than any other leads, right? Other leads that you're looking at are referrals, right, from members or from partners or anything like that, walk-ins. It could be warm traffic that you've had for they opted into your email list or something else. Maybe you've done like some sort of corporate walk-in, anything like that, right? But digital is much more difficult. The way I've actually explained in the past, I actually did a GSD episode about this, and the way I explained in the past is I want you to look at, if it were basketball, referrals would be layups, walk-ins would be like 5-foot jump shots, right? You're like right away, and then digital's like 3-point shots, right? You've got to have some real good skill to make this shot. Pretty much everybody in the NBA can make a layup, but not everybody in the NBA can actually make a 3-point shot. It's a lot harder, right? Referrals are easy. You should be making 10 out of 10. So we have a lot of people that are like, oh, Mike, I closed 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. You give me somebody, I'll close 9 out of 10. And I go, really? That's awesome. That's fantastic. Where do you get most of your leads from? And they brag because it's bragging about their service, but they say, oh, all referrals. Okay, well, that says a lot about your customer experience and your customer service. It doesn't really say anything about your sales skills, because if you close 9 out of 10, I want to wonder, what happened to that one? How'd you lose that one? These people are ready to buy, right? A referral is a hot lead. It's the hottest lead you can get, because that person that referred them is probably a member that already told them how the workout is, why they're getting results, why they should come and join them, made them feel comfortable because they're going to be there with them. They probably know the price, and they probably know the schedule. They probably know everything that they would want to know before wanting to be sold by you. And so when they come in, all you have to do is not mess it up and take the payment. Walk-ins are a little bit more difficult, right? Digital is the hardest. Why is digital hardest? Because they are further down the funnel. So I want you to look at it this way, right? You've probably heard like marketing funnels, sales funnels, that kind of stuff. Well, this right here is a great way to look at it. Your hot leads are here. Your warm leads are here. And then you got your cold leads here. At the end of the day, they're all people. That's it, all three of them. All three are people. What's the difference? Is this one crappy? Like he hates life, he doesn't understand what's going on with life, and he has no money, he doesn't want to invest in himself. Is that what it is? Because that's what a lot of people usually complain about. Oh, these leads aren't good. They don't have money. They don't want to spend the money. They're this, that, whatever. Are these people just amazing? Are these people a different type of human being where they're just like they have money and they just have success and they want to invest into their life, and these people are just kind of something in between? No, they're all people. In fact, if you were referred this, let's say Jill, if Jill was referred to you, right now she is a referral, she is a hot lead, okay? But what if Jill wasn't referred to you? What if Jill was actually somebody that, instead of being referred to you, saw your ad and opted in instead? Would she be just as eager and easy to close as if she was referred? No, she wouldn't be, right? So it has nothing to do with the person. When we say, oh, these leads are crap, it's not that. They're people. All people want to get in shape, every one of them. Everyone wants to be in shape. I don't care who you are. Arnold Schwarzenegger at his prime wanted to have a little less body fat and a little more muscle, right? Everyone wants to be in better shape. The difference is, where are they at in the funnel? Where are they at in that process? See, right now in digital, if Jill started here, she's way over here. And when she first met Jack, the customer that you have that works with you, that referred her and started talking to her, Jack is the one that brought Jill down. Jack warmed her up for you. All you had to do was open the jar. He loosened it all up. So for you, you have to remember that Jill's way up here. You have to do Jack's job as well as Jack did it. Maybe even better, because Jack has rapport with Jill and you don't. Now, great salespeople really understand this and they work on that in that sales process. But everybody else, they expect marketing to do that job. Marketing does not do that job. If marketing did that job, every agency in the world would be the most successful agency in the world, because all you gotta do is run an ad. That's not the way it works, right? What marketing and advertising in particular, what this job is to get people to see your ad, see your offer, and get them to opt in, raise their hand, and say, I'm interested. That's all advertising is supposed to do. From there, sales takes over. Okay, so what do we do in sales when it comes to the follow-up process? There's a couple rules that you have to know. One, if you go to Google and you type in MIT 900 times form leads, just type that in. That's general concept. What you'll learn is it was a study done by MIT that actually tested a wide range of different businesses, and they found that businesses that waited more than 5 minutes to call a form lead from a digital ad actually had a 900 times lower likelihood of even getting that person on the phone. That's a phone. I don't know why I made an antenna. That's outdated. This right here is bad, right? You don't want to wait longer than 5 minutes. You want to increase that. And so rule number one is you want to call the lead inside of 2 minutes, definitely inside of 5, but inside of 2 minutes, quickly as you can. The quicker the better. As soon as you get it, this is top priority. If you're in the middle of hanging up socks and you only have 3 more and you saw an internet lead come in, stop hanging up the socks. These are for Pilates studio. If you're yoga, stop hanging up the mats and just call the lead. You do the rest later. Right? This is priority. Now, if you don't have a salesperson, it's costing you money. If you're doing the sales, if you're relying on people to multitask, it's costing you money. If you have one person here dedicated to calling all the leads, all the Jills that come in, I promise you, you're going to make your money back on that salesperson. Salespeople do not cost money. Salespeople make money. A lot of people have a hard time with that. They don't get that. But if they're just doing sales, they will make you money. Okay? So if you call them within 1 to 2 minutes, that's rule number one. Rule number two is frequency. This is speed, right? And this is frequency. Frequency. If the lead came in before 2 o'clock p.m., you want to call them 3 times that day. I'd call them right there. I'd call, like, came in at 1 o'clock, call them at 1, call them again at 3:30, call them again at 6, right? Test different hours. And then the next day, day 1, day 2, 3 times. Then after that, day 3, 2 times, day 4, 2 times, day 5, 2 times. After that, you're going to call them 1 times per day for as long as you can. What do I mean as long as you can? Because I hear some people say, oh, then just do once a week. Why? Why not call them every day? Just keep calling them, right? It doesn't change anything. If they don't want to sign up, they don't want to sign up, but you're still going to call them. They're real people. For those of you that are members of mine, you actually just saw in the Facebook group we posted, this one person showed that they emailed out all of their older leads that same day, and she ended up getting like 15 or 16 members from that. And a bunch of people started commenting on it saying, oh, yeah, we got that too. We do that all the time. We do it all the time. We get old leads all the time. These are what's called aged leads. And typically, only good salespeople that are committed actually sell aged leads. Great salespeople do fine with aged leads. Because here's one thing they understand. The average woman, we'll call it Jill, Jill's a woman, the average woman in America starts or restarts a diet 9 times per year. That means 9 times per year, Jill had a thing and it happened in her mind that said, I've got to make an impact. I got to make a change. When this salesperson called Jill on that day, on that one day, he is very likely to have what's called perfect timing, which you'll see a lot with follow-up. Oh, your timing is perfect. Oh, your timing couldn't be better. No, my timing was perfect because I called you every time. That's why eventually it's going to work, right? So you want to call 1 time a day until you can't hang on. Now, I say until you can't hang on because eventually you start getting in new leads. And of course, rule number 1 is make sure you call them right away. So if you have all your new leads, and by the time you finish your day, you've called all your new leads, which are priority, you've called as many age leads as you can, you still had 20 age leads left, okay, that's fine. Those can roll over to tomorrow. Start with those people, and then just keep cycling through. Make sure you have a CRM, okay? Rule number 3, sales training. This is super important because if you don't have this, and by the way, there's a way to do it, way not to do it. If you don't have this in place, this and this will not be nearly as impactful. Sales training is super important. Training is not a project, it's a process. Meaning if you have a person you hired, you don't show them how to sell and then that's it. You have to practice that every single day. We talked about basketball, right? These are layups. Well, even though everybody in the NBA can make a layup, no matter what, everybody in the NBA starts before every game in a warm-up line doing layups. Everyone, every time, right? Because it's so fundamental that it can be easily forgotten if you start not practicing the basics. So when it comes to sales training, you've got to practice that over and over and over with your team. Random things, even just have a 15-minute sales training every single morning with your team. You get them all in and you say, okay, here we go, guys. I got 5 people in the room right now. Okay, ready? Chris, I can't afford it. Seems like too much money. Chris starts off. He goes, oh yeah, well, I totally understand that. And then he goes on, then he messes up. He goes off script that you created. You go, wrong. Jesse, it's too much money. Jesse goes, wrong. Kelsey, it's too much money. She does it. Yes, perfect. Okay, Chris, Jesse, which one do you think you could do it like that? Yes, go, Jesse. Okay, he does it. And you just keep going and you get your team really familiar with what the basics are. Now, right now, you may be looking at it and going, my team will never go for that. Well, then either A, you got the wrong team, or B, you've been leading them in a way to where you can't make fundamental changes in your business to really help. You gotta look at that. It's important as a leader. With your newer employees, this is process, they're just gonna do it. Like if every day from day one they walked in, every day 15 minutes starts the day with that, they're gonna just do it. That's just normal, right? So make sure you do your sales training every day. Make sure you have scripts actually dialed in. And you don't want to train everything end to end every day. You want to train pieces. So today maybe we'll talk about I can't afford objection, and we'll talk about I need to talk to my spouse objection. Those are the two. Maybe tomorrow we'll say, hey, let's give me a tour. I just walked in, greet me, give me a tour. Okay, maybe the next day it's pricing presentation. Okay, great, we just finished our workout. Kelsey, show me the pricing. Right? So every day can be something different, but your sales process has many, many different pieces to it, and you want to make sure you're training your people on everything. How to follow up, how to make that initial phone call, how to follow up and leave the voicemails. What do we leave on voicemail 1, voicemail 2, voicemail 3, all the way to 5? What do we leave in email 1? What do we leave in text message 1? How do we follow up? What's the script? Because if you can't get this down, then you're going to have average to mediocre people doing high-level work. When I say high-level, meaning this stuff right here, sales, is what can actually make the impact in your business. Look at it this way. You have 2 businesses, business A, business B. Business A does sales training every single day. Their people are militant. They're like little sales soldiers. And then you got business B that goes, okay, this is how we generally sell here. You guys know what to do. Just work hard. Okay, at the end of the year, each one of them got 1,200 leads, right? It's about 100 leads a month, which digital, that's super easy to do. So 1,200 leads a month. At the end of the year, which one, the one that went through sales training every single day with scripts, with processes every day, that followed up this way every day, versus this one that didn't do this, that did it maybe the way that you're doing it. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are. So who would have more sales at the end of the year? And how many more sales would it be? And what would be that impact on your business going into year 2 when you want to reinvest into digital? Who would have a bigger marketing budget? With that, who would drive more leads with a higher conversion rate? You can see where it starts to compound over time, right? Year 1 is really the setup year. Year 2, year 3, year 4, those are the benefiting years. Year 5, you're living good. So this is something that I don't know, I think works. This is something that I 100% believe works based on working now with over 2,000 fitness studios, over 50 brands. We've been able to see it. This is what the top 5% of the actual studios are doing. Now, if you guys don't know how to do the sales training the right way, if you don't know how to leave the voicemails the right way, how to follow up, how to book the appointments, how to make sure people show up to the appointments, you could actually either A, hire us, we'll show you how to do it, go to loudrumor.com, or B, if you want to just learn how to do it yourself and you want to own this and really put these processes in for your team, you could do that. You can go to loudrumorvt.com. That stands for virtual training. And we'll actually train you on how the top 5% of fitness studios are actually doing their sales process. By the way, it's not just me. I actually have the author of The Art of Selling Memberships that will be in there teaching. I have fitness studios that have over 7 fitness studios that are doing 7 figures each, teaching this stuff. I have people that are doing phenomenally well, international speakers in the fitness studio industry that are teaching this stuff. So I'm not the only instructor. There's many other people, and you can model after the one that you feel fits best with you, your style, and the type of business that you run. Guys, also make sure if you like this video, go ahead and make sure you hit the bell so you can get notified and you know exactly when we have new videos. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you haven't started following us on social media, you can do so. @LoudRumor is the handle for all of our business here. @MikeRC Live, you can see it right here. That's for all of my handles. Make sure you subscribe to the GSD show by going to gsdshow.com. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next training. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, or YouTube. And to watch more episodes and get exclusive links from each episode, go to gsdshow.com.